All right, once again, welcome everybody. Today we're gonna talk about tag questions or question tag. Say both of them. We have 24. That's good. Other students will join shortly, but we're gonna start because we have only 60 minutes here. So, okay, please come to my screen here. All right, this is an intermediate grammar topic, and you will be able to use it in your daily conversation. Before we start, does anyone here know anything about tag questions and would like to share it with us? If you know, for example, what tag questions are, if you know about tag questions, please just type it down. Anything you know about tag questions, please type it down. I want to see who knows this grammar first. 23 students. So none of you guys know about this lesson? Okay. So listen carefully. Alright, so what are tag questions? Tag questions can be used to express a variety of meanings. Means when we use it, we may have different meanings and purposes. For example, here, about seeking information, let me highlight it. Seeking confirmation, not information, confirmation, seeking agreement, disagreement, asking questions. You have a question, you want to ask it, or you want to suggest people, or you want to command, you want to give orders. And intonation in this grammar is really essential, plays a key role. Intonation. Intonation means your sound. For example, when you speak like that, it gets attention. But when you speak like that, I mean, it's not very attention. We will talk about this. When we want to ask a question, okay, and expect a response, that's a key word here. You expect a response, you raise your intonation. But when we just want to state our opinions and we do not expect a response, we make it fall. We say rising and falling intonation. For example, look at this one. It's beautiful, isn't it? Isn't it? It's like falling because you don't need a response here. Okay, it's beautiful, isn't it? But here you want to say you're asking the person about his job. You're a doctor, aren't you? It's like the U is like rising. You're a doctor, aren't you? So intonation plays a key role in this grammar topic. And anytime if you have a question, just type it down. So intonation rising and falling. But is it formal? Many students think that this grammar topic is formal and they can use it in their job applications, meeting mostly, so on. But no, this is very informal, not even informal, very informal. And for better understanding, for more emphasis, I use inversion here. And rarely do we use it in formal speaking. I can't say never because maybe it happens, but rarely. That's very actually, I mean, rarely we use it. The structure. This structure is really important. Generally, let me write a sentence. For example, you are a teacher, aren't you? First of all, the identity. Let me say, for example, the structure of your tag and your main clause should be the same. For example, when I'm talking about to be verbs, you are, I should use are again. Okay. Or when I say I can swim, let me say for example, you can swim. I'm using a modal verb. I'm using a modal verb as a can, so I have to use can. Okay, positive, negative. We'll talk about it. So that's really important. You can't say you are a teacher, can't you? That's wrong. They should be the same. So we call this part, let me change the color. We call this part the main clause, and we call this part the tag form, not the tag clause, because that's not a clause. We call them the tag form. So when your main clause is positive, so this sentence, you are a teacher, that's a positive sentence. When you have a positive main clause, you should change it. You should change the tag form to negative. So are, aren't. Okay? When it's positive, you should have a negative tag form. But when it's negative, for example, you are not a doctor, Are you? Let me write it here. You aren't or are not a doctor. Let's say. Are you? You see in this part, this, the main clause is negative. So our tag form must be positive. We know them, but we were, as a tag. Okay, we often use them in our daily conversation, of course. Something went wrong. What? Oh, yes, something went wrong. What happened? Oh, okay, something went wrong. Can you hear me now? No, I don't know. I think someone took me down. I don't know. Maybe misclick? I don't know. But it's okay. For me, everything was good. I thought I was talking. Okay, it's good. So, can you see it now? Hi, sir. Hello. Yes. Okay, good. I think it's like misclick. Someone did it, but it's okay. Okay, perfect. So, let me say it again, okay? I don't know from which part you could see, but again, anyway, let me say it again. Let me clear this all. So, I was saying that in tag questions, we have two important parts of the sentence. We have the main clause and the tag form. The reason we don't say tag clause because that part is not a clause. Okay? For example, here I want to say you are a teacher, aren't you? Okay? That's a simple tag question. If you look at this part, you can see that there is a clause, this before the comma. This is our main clause, and this aren't you is the tag form. Okay, then this part is actually yes. Actually, we're gonna do quizzes together at the quiz. So when we have a positive sentence, you are a teacher is a positive sentence, right? You are a teacher. Your tag should be reversed, should be negative. For example, here is positive, so we have negative. But on the other hand, when it's negative, your tag should be positive. For example, you aren't or you are not a doctor. Are you? In this case, you can see that this is our main clause and it's negative. You are not, aren't, that's negative. The tag should be positive, right? You're not a doctor. And the one thing I want to remind again is that if you pay attention to our sentences, we are keep saying are, aren't, do, don't. Like that, because the structure should be the same. When you use to be verb, when you're saying, for example, you are, that's a to be verb. You have to say your tag with to be verbs again. Normally the same to be verb, but negative, positive. But for example, when you say she can swim, you're using the modal verb can. You can't say she can swim, doesn't she? That's wrong. She can swim, can she? I don't know. And many other things. So that's a key point here. Some examples, for example, it's beautiful, isn't it? He's a mechanic, isn't he? You are in 11th grade, actually at 11th grade, aren't you? Your car is BMW, isn't it? Your car. Actually, again, one of the students asked me like, why we say aren't you? Because your car is it. It is. Okay, your car is BMW, isn't it? Let's go, shall we? We'll talk about this. Open the door, will you? We'll talk about them. But when do we use tags? That's the question. Okay, we understood that there is a structure, we have to use it. Okay, but when? When shall we use it? As you know, there are four main reasons why we use tags and why you should learn this grammar. For questions, when you want to ask some questions, you can use it. A statement, for example, it's beautiful, isn't it? Suggestion, when you want to suggest someone, for example, this sentence. Let's go, shall we? Or you hear this tag form, shall we, in movies a lot. Right? I say, shall we? And they start moving. It's like that. And imperatives. Imperative means commands, orders. Open the door. It's like that. Open the door, will you? So question. Let's talk about questions now. But before, so we use tag questions with writhing. Again, let me highlight the keywords here. Writhing intonation. When we are asking questions, we don't make the main clause a question. We write them as a statement. We never say, "Are you a teacher? Aren't you?" That's completely wrong. This point is wrong, as I actually crossed it. You are a teacher, aren't you? This looks like a statement. You are a teacher, aren't you? That's the question form of this sentence. So never say, "Are you a teacher, aren't you?" So for questions, now I want everybody in this class to make some sentences about questions in tag questions. Everybody, we have 28, 29, at least 29 sentences, 30 better, 30 sentences. So please start making your sentences with questions only. Do you love me? Don't you? Again, it has to be bagas. It has to be a statement form. You're saying, "Do you love me?" Do you? It's a question, right? That's a question. You cannot use questions here. You should use a statement. You love me, don't you? You love me, don't you? She goes to school, doesn't she? Good, good. It's hot, isn't it? Actually, your sentence depends to be a question or a statement. If you really wanna ask, if you're really asking about whether or not it's hot, yes. But if you're saying, that's opinion. There, you love me, don't you? You love me, don't you? That's the corrected sentence of Bagus. Okay, anything else? You have 31. Once again, the more you interact, the more you will learn. If you just sit there and listen, you're wasting your time. Okay, so make sure you're interacting, you're doing the exercises, the activities to learn the grammar topic properly. You are an engineer, aren't you? Perfect. You are an engineer, aren't you? That's great. Jackus, very good. Several people are typing. That's really good. Take your time. We have enough time. And write correct sentences. It doesn't matter to be, a fact or real. No. The only thing matter is that it's in the correct form. It can be even a lie. Something funny, something weird. Doesn't matter. The structure is important. There is a bus, isn't there? Good, good, good. You're teaching us about tag forms, aren't you? Yes, I am. So the first part shouldn't be a question. Exactly. We call that first part the main clause. This is the name of that first part. The main clause should be a sentence, not a question. So, do you love me is wrong here. You love me, don't you? You are eating, aren't you? You are, aren't you? Okay. Celis or Celis? I didn't Celis. Said that you're hurry, aren't you? You are Harry. Do you think that sentence is correct? You are Harry. We say you are in a hurry, right? I'm in a hurry. I'm in a hurry. Actually, I've never seen that architect word that Sally said, but architect, yeah. Architect's kind of engineering. You made her nervous, didn't you? Good. He is adorable, isn't he? Good, good, good. Hi, sir. Can you provide example without using you are? Okay, she is. She's adorable, isn't she? She is a mechanic, isn't she? He is a doctor, isn't he? They are engineers, aren't they? Please be polite when you're talking here. You already have lunch. You already had, if you want to say. No. Haven't you? Okay, Emmanuel, how can you say you already have lunch? Have lunch is present simple, but you're using present perfect, haven't you? That's what I talked about. You can use like this. You can say, you have already had lunch, haven't you? You have already had lunch. From negative phrases, should we invert the tag form for positive way, right? Yes, for example, you are not. Someone said don't use you. Okay. She is not an engineer. Is she? She is not an engineer. Is she? He has a car, hasn't he? That's the problem, Mother 3Del. Mother 3Del. I have a car, I don't have a car. Not I haven't a car. Have. I have a car. He has a car, he doesn't have a car. So he has a car, doesn't he? If I say I've got a car, you can say haven't I. He has got a car, hasn't he? That sentence is correct, but saying he has a car, hasn't he? That's wrong. He has a car, doesn't he? Doesn't, yeah. She goes to work, isn't you? No, no, no. First of all, we don't have isn't you, generally. And you can say isn't you, but isn't actually doesn't she. She goes. Your subject should be the same. Let me tell you, she goes. Why are you asking about you? You're talking about she. How about this? That is an apple, isn't it? That's an apple. Isn't that actually? That's an apple. Isn't that? That. Your subject should be the same. You are in a hurry, aren't you? Yeah. This is better. You are in a hurry, aren't you? That's good. Thanks. You're welcome. So yes, once again, make sure that your sentences are actually in the same structure. If you're saying, for example, she goes, you can't say isn't. You're using main verbs. You can't say modal verbs. Okay, so that's the point. Firstly. Secondly, when it's positive, that should be negative, and so on. John Cena, please watch your language. Otherwise, I should tell some moderators to take care of that. Okay, people here are here to learn English, not anything else. Anyway, so next one, statements. We talked about tag question. Now we're gonna talk about a statement. Sometimes you don't really want to ask a question. You just want to say your opinion. You just want to state your opinion. And we don't actually need a response, but maybe a confirmation can be helpful. For example, you say your opinion and say, yeah, maybe that would be better. Or like disagreements that show that I have different opinions. Contract doesn't agree with us. For example, we say, nice day, isn't it? In this case, for example, it's hot, isn't it? It's foggy, isn't it? We are not actually looking for, tag questions. We are not actually looking for answers. When I say, for example, it's hot, isn't it? Am I really waiting and expecting you to tell me whether or not it's hot? Of course not. I'm just saying, but I would also like to know your opinion. It's hot, isn't it? You say, yeah, it is. Or, no, I don't think so. It's cold. Different opinions. Yesterday, the weather wasn't cold, was it? That's a kind of negative sentence. The weather wasn't cold, was it? And so on. Please speak English. Okay. I understood what you said, but anyway, why does tag question appear to have the same aim? Why does tag questions appear to have the same aim? Okay, so for example, what else can we say? Patch. What else can we say about for clarification? Do you know any better way for clarification? When did we use this? Oh, it's okay. You're late. It's okay. Actually, we said that we use tag questions in 4 different ways. When we want to ask a question, like you're an engineer, aren't you? That's a question. When you just want to talk about a statement, it's hot, isn't it? When I want to suggest something, let's go to the park, shall we? And when we want to use imperatives, like commands, for example, close the door, will you? In these 4 situations. Okay, and actually we will get there, but let me ask you a question here. Let me write it down. I want you to think about it. Are you a doctor? And B, you are a doctor, aren't you? Okay, everybody, please look at these two sentences, A and B. You are a doctor. Are you a doctor? And you are a doctor, aren't you? I want you guys, everybody, the 35 students here, everybody, to think about the difference, even a very slight difference between A and B. Okay? Yes, yes, the class is being recorded, Kaisak. Yes, it's being recorded and I will upload it on my YouTube tomorrow. Confirmation, yeah, we can use for confirmation. You said, oh, you removed it again. So, the first one is a question. Actually, both of them are questions. When I say you are a doctor, aren't you? If that's not a question, then why do you answer it? Why would you answer a sentence which is not a question? I mean, when I'm not asking you, how can you answer? In a phrase, I mean sentence A, I don't have any idea if he is or not. You mean if, okay. If he is a doctor or not. In B, I already know, but just need a confirmation. Do you agree with Damerson Moreya, with our friend Damerson? Do you agree with him? I think it's A. No. Both sentences are correct. Okay, we're talking about the difference. A question. Both of them are questions. Question with information answers. A. You ask a question, and B. You say he's a doctor, but you're not sure that he's a doctor. So how can I say he's a doctor if I'm not sure? Jackus. How can I say he's a doctor when I'm not sure? A is more like a question that you don't know anything. B is more like a question that you know surely what it is actually. B, we are not sure. What about A? I'm lost. Okay, don't worry. You take a guess. Good. Yeah, actually your answers are, we can say, are almost correct. Very good. The best answer is what our friend Damerson said. In sentence A, are you a teacher? You have no idea whether or not the guy is a doctor. You've just seen a person and you said, let me ask him, are you a doctor? For example. But in sentence B, you have some how can I say, like clue maybe, evidence maybe, or just you guessed. For example, the guy is wearing a white coat. For example, you see, okay, for example, he looks like a doctor. So let me ask him, say, hey, you're a doctor, aren't you? That's a kind of question we make to make sure, to double check that our, for example, contact is a doctor. So that's the difference between these two sentences. Maybe you say, okay, so what's the difference? Can't we just say, are you a doctor? Why do we need to learn another grammar for that? But trust me, in daily lifestyle and daily conversations, you will see a lot of differences here. But generally, that's good. Actually, most of you, like 90%, answered correctly, and thank you very much. What about you aren't doctor, are you? Or you are doctor, aren't you? You aren't a doctor, first of all. Say, are you a doctor, right? Are you a doctor? You are a doctor. But what about them? What about you aren't a doctor, aren't you? Actually, that's a negative. In this case, it's exactly reversed. You guess that the person is not a doctor. You guessed, you have some evidence that the guy is not a doctor. You want to make sure. Wait. B, confirmation. Okay, when I speak with foreign people, they sometimes say something like this. Yes, they use. Okay, very good, very good. Let's continue here. So we talked about statements as well. Sometimes you just want to state it and you don't actually need a confirmation. Nice day, isn't it? It's hot, isn't it? It's foggy, isn't it? And many other things. One of the good examples that's come from the UK is that, for example, let's say it's Tuesday in it. That's exactly a kind of tag questions. It's Tuesday in it. In it is like, isn't it? It's everything. It's like ain't. In American English, in British, it's in it. Say, for example, it's Tuesday in it. It's like that. Okay, doesn't this kind of question seem rude? Which one? I'm translating to my language. It seems to be Which one you mean? For example, you are a doctor, aren't you? That's rude. Yes, and you think, and you need. Thank you, Vivek. Thank you. And you need to think English, Emmanuel. Of course, there are some differences, cultural. I don't know anything. But in speaking English, you have to think English. Okay. So don't. That's very, not say a bad way, but it's not good to translate sentences, words, I don't know, idioms, especially idioms, in, for example, your mother tongue and try to using it. That's wrong. Make sure you use English and you think English. I have a question, please. Not needed two or four. Not needed. It depends. For example, I don't need to study. I don't need to study, for example. Can we from isn't to run? We will talk about it. During we will talk about it. That's something we call them universal tags at the end of this PDF. We will talk about it. So please wait. Okay, thanks. Great. Perfect. Interesting. Yeah. So let's continue. Suggestions. Okay, we talked about statements and questions. But now we want to talk about suggestion. For example, your friends are, for example, they are coming to your house and you wanna suggest them to, for example, watch some movies, for example, or go to the theater, for example, here. You can say let's. Let's means let us. Let's means let us. Say let's go to the theater. Shall we? The tag question here, the tag form here is only shall we. Whenever you use let's, you use shall we, regardless of if it's positive, it's negative, anything else, you use shall we. Let's go to the theater, shall we? Let's go, shall we? Or generally in many American movies, you hear that they say shall we without any main clause. You say shall we? It means, for example, let's go, shall we? Or let's do something, shall we? Depends on the conversation. Let's play God of War, for example, shall we? Let's not drink on. When you want to make a negative suggestion, for example, let's go, we don't say let's don't go. Let's not go. Let's not drink, shall we? So note, we use let's not plus bare infinitive plus comma plus shall we. What is a bare infinitive? It's without two. Verb without two, main verb. For example, play. To play, that's two infinitive. Play, study, drink. Go, for example, let me highlight bare infinitives here. Let's go. We don't have to go. We have go. Go. Play. Not drink. These are bare infinitives. But anyway, now I want you guys to make your sentences with actually suggestions. Everybody in this class, start making your sentences only with suggestions. We talked about questions and statements. Don't make examples with that anymore. Start making about suggestions. Imagine, for example, you want to suggest your friends to do something. What would you say? Is this from any book? Actually, no, it's from many different books. I extracted them from different websites, books, resources, course books, and I put them into one PDF. I mean, I did the whole PDF. All my PDFs on my websites are made by me. I put them together and made a PDF. Can an English sentence ever be wrong? It follows rule 2. For example, like what? I could care less. I could care less. Do you think it's correct? I could care less. You tell me. And what do you mean by that? Can an English sentence ever be wrong if it follows the rules? If you follow the rules, that shouldn't be wrong. Let's eat something, shall we? Let's start dancing. Let's start dancing. After a start, you use dan. After you use ing, you use gerund. Let's start dancing. Shall we? Let's eat, shall we? Would you please explain one more time? Yeah, sure. After examples, I will. Let's go to the party, shall we? Good. Let's hang out. Very good, very good. Let's play a game. Good. Let's watch a movie, for example. That's good. Let's go to the cinema. Cinema is British. The movies is American, but that's good. Let's watch film, shall we? Question mark. Let's stop. Do it. Let's stop. Do it. Do you think it's correct, everybody? The sentence Monther Thriddell said, let's stop. Do it. Do you think it's correct? Please tell me. Website? Yeah, sure. That's my website. Yes, English with nameofit.com. That's my website. So let's start. Let's start suggestions. What do you mean? Let's start suggestion. What does it mean? Let's start suggestion. That's wrong. No, it's incorrect. So what is the correct form? Let's stop doing it. I think your website is not working. No, no, no. It depends on your location. If I don't know, it's based on WordPress. If you can't open it because WordPress, not me, WordPress has banned the IP you're using. You can use VPNs and that would work. Some student from Bangladesh and Indonesia told me that they had this problem. I searched and I realized that it's because of the WordPress banishments like that. Let's not do it, shall we? Okay. Suggesting. Let's start suggesting. That would be good. English is hard. Well, it depends, but I don't think so. Let's start doing our game. Their project, is it good? Yeah. Actually, someone said stop plus ing. Okay, I have a question. I have sentence A. It says I stopped smoking, and B said I stopped to smoke. Okay, first, do you think both sentences are correct? A, B, A, B. Let's drink some juice, shall we? Good. Let's not exclude anyone. Shall we? That's a good sentence. Ali Sabri. They are correct. Okay, thank you. Or actually, your local annoying kid said that's correct. Good. Now I have another question. Both are correct. Perfect. A is correct only. Okay, so you mean B is not correct? I stopped to smoke. Emmanuel says A. What about B? Jackus is typing. Okay. Yes, everybody, 34 students, make sure you are interacting. Once again, if you just sit there and listen or watch, you're gonna learn nothing. Both. Actually, that was my next question. There are different meanings. What are the differences? Why are we using shall we at the end of a sentence? Because we are suggesting. For suggestions, we use shall we. I'm gonna actually explain it again because someone asked to explain again. I will talk about that. But here, let's talk about this question. What are the differences between sentence A and sentence B? I stopped smoking. I stopped to smoke. Both are good. Oh no, yes, I know both are good, but the difference. Both are correct. Yeah, the difference. What is the difference between A and B? I stopped smoking. I stopped to smoke. Or do you think they are the same? Maybe you say they are exactly the same. A stop plus verb ing mean gerund is when you stop the activity. A stop plus to plus infinitive or to infinitive is when you stop an activity to do another activity. Oh, that looks good. Do you agree with Ali Sabri? Do you agree with Ali? Do you think that's correct? I stopped in the past, but now I'm smoking. Oh, that's good. Okay, do you agree with him? He means I stopped smoking in the past, but now I'm smoking. A person is stopped forever, right? You tell me. I do smoking on my past. I don't know. I stopped smoking. Okay, let's work on Ali's sentence. Do you think Ali's sentence is correct? React. Wait. React if you think his sentence is correct. With actually X and ticks here. React. If you think he's right, if you think he's saying the answer, check. Otherwise, cross. Kick a habit. Temporarily, I stop another activity to smoke. Okay. Okay, good. Very good. Yeah, actually, that's good. That's perfect. Yes, when you say I stopped doing something, means I gave up. I quit. Give up. Stop the activity, as Ali said. But when you say I stopped to smoke, for example, you were studying, you said, I stopped to smoke. Means you stopped studying, you paused. studying and you smoke. So a stop plus to infinitive means when you stop that activity to do another activity. But a stop smoking means you stop the activity, which here is smoking. Okay? Let's repeat this lesson. Shall you? Shall we? Shall we? Let's repeat. We always say shall we, Kaiser. And sure, I will say that. Okay, I have a question. If we suggest something to ourselves, then can we say will we? First, how can you suggest something to yourself? For example, you mean you suggest yourself? How can we say like, for example, like what? While you're writing your sentence, I wanna say it again for Kaiser. Okay, guys, like suggestions. When you want to suggest someone, for example, your friends, you want to say, hey guys, for example, let's go somewhere. And you want to use tag questions, you have to only use the shall, the modal verb shall, nothing else. Not will, not would, not could, not should. Only shall. And only we, because you're suggesting and you include. You are included in that sentence. And let means let us. Literally means we. So you have to start your sentence with let's, and you have to end it with shall we, nothing else. Let's go to the theater means I suggest. Look at this part. My highlight. I suggest we don't go if it's not, or I suggest we verb. Do you agree with me? For example, let's go to the theater. Shall we? It means I suggest we go to the theater. Do you agree with me? Instead of saying this sentence, you can say, let's go to this theater, shall we? Okay? You want to say, for example, you've just bought your PS5. Congratulations, firstly. And then, for example, you're inviting your friends to play God of War. Say, hey guys, let's play God of War, shall we? It means, I suggest we play God of War. Do you agree with me? Your friends either say, yeah, good, let's do it, or say, no, I don't like God of War, let's play, for example, GTA, whatever, okay? So, that's it. And when you want to make negative statements, make it negative suggestions, say, don't. I suggest we don't do. Say not. Let's not drink, shall we? I suggest we don't drink. Do you agree with me? That's one issue. Like people talk to themselves. Okay, maybe we have them in actually situations, but as a grammar topic, you can say, for example, you can say, I'm a teacher, am I? For example, you say, I am a teacher, am I? And actually, you can use them in two ways. Firstly, for sarcasm, you can use, or secondly, if you talk to yourself. No one can understand me better than me. Haha, yeah. Okay, good. Let's do this. Will we? No. YK star. Let's do this. Shall. Always shall. I always thought shall is equal to will. Good question. Very good. A good question. Let me say when. When shall and will are equal. I have this question. Please answer my question. When shall and will are equal. Let me also write it here. Here, shall equal will, but when? You tell me. Past tense, like what? How can we say future tense? Oh, you change it to future tense. Like what? Can you give us an example? So with positive sentences, shall we means to do something. In negative means a person agree with you. No. In positive sentence, let's go to the theater. It means you have a positive suggestion. I suggest that we go to the theater. Okay? But let's not go to the theater or cinema, shall we? Means that you say, I suggest we don't go. I suggest we don't go. You're suggesting in a negative way. Say, for example, I suggest we don't go. Okay? When we are suggesting no. Shall, will in first conditional. Like what? Rana, like what? In future tense only with I and we. It's getting better. It's getting better. Do you guys agree with YK star 123? Let's react again. Focus on I and V. I'm talking about that part. I shall start learning grammar. Start a new activity. Okay, so can we say he shall start learning grammar with the same meaning? The question again, please. Okay, sure. Actually shall and will in a very specific situation are the same. When? I'm asking about when. My teacher told me this. Good. Okay, let's talk about it. I shall visit my grandma next week. I will visit my grandma next week. Yes, okay. But can we say he shall visit his grandma next week and he will visit his grandma next week and both of them are the same? Or only I? Or no? All subjects? Or not? Just two subjects, three subjects? This is my question. We're getting closer. We're getting closer and closer to the answer. Good. Very good. Yeah, actually, when you're talking about I and we, for I and we, this is the answer. When you have I or we, when your subject is I or when your subject is we, you can use it. And because will, we always use will in future, so we can say we use it in the future tense. Future simple is much better instead of, because we don't say, for example, I will have done by June, future perfect, I shall have done. No, only future simple if you want to talk about the tense normally. For example, I shall visit my grandma next week. I will visit. Okay? We can say that, but will is better there. No, actually, it's not about being better or worse. It's about old English. Using shall instead of will or using will instead of shall is actually about old English. If you, for example, read, I don't know, Shakespeare, I don't know, some English literature, you will find out a lot of shall against will. Shall in replacement of will. Because that's old English and that's British English. So that's old British English. Okay? So can we often use shall instead of will if I'm talking about myself? Yes, you can, but that's not very common nowadays because as I said, that's old. It's not very common, especially if you're not speaking formally. If you're speaking informally, if you're speaking with your friends, you'd better not because you would seem weird and awkward. But anyway, let's continue with a lot here. Let's talk about imperative now. Okay, imagine you wanna give orders, or let's say strong suggestions. Use modal order. For example, sit down, go out, stand up, do your homework, close the door. I don't know, don't tell anyone, be quiet, like that. These are imperatives. You can use will you, won't you, can't you, can you, could you, would you, like this. And it depends on your sentence, okay? But generally you can use them. But the very common one is will you. For example, pay attention, would you? Take a seat, will you? Pass me the salt, could you? Get some rest, won't you? We can use them, okay? Wouldn't you, could you, can you, could you, would you? For example, do your homework, would you? And so on, we say. But now, this part, can't you versus can you. For example, turn down the volume, can you? Or let's say even simpler, be quiet, can you? Be quiet, can't you? This seems interesting. Be quiet, can you? Be quiet, can't you? We're gonna talk about this, but not here. Next week, I'm going to after spelling rules part 2, I'm going to upload another video about advanced tech questions. In that video, I will talk about this and double positive and many more topics about tech questions. For example, we say you got married. Did you? You got married. Did you or didn't you? positive, negative, but we have something we call it double positive, or we have something we call it double negative. We reverse it. I'm gonna talk about them on my video, on my YouTube video, not here. So make sure you subscribe and you watch all the videos there. It's really good, really advanced, especially for advanced students. That would be perfect. But let's say upper intermediate or intermediate people, that would be good. So let me pass this and go to universal tag. Actually, we're not passing. We're just postponing it to the video on next week. Next week, yeah, actually next week. I mean, this week before the next class, I'm gonna upload the second part of spelling rules. After that, I'm gonna make another video about advanced tag questions, and we're gonna talk about that. But universal tags. One of our students here asked, say, can we replace, for example, isn't she with right? I told him to wait because we have something called universal tag. Yes, earlier I mentioned that this grammar is informal, right? You can make it even more informal. Like for example, you're talking with your best friend or something like that. You can use universal tag. For example, right, yeah, okay, or okay in this way, especially in chatting, and so on. For example, be quiet, okay, or you are a doctor, right? Or for example, let's go to the park. You like music, right? Yeah. These are universal tags. Nice day, yeah. Do the dishes, okay. For example, it's kind of imperative. Do the dishes, okay. So, okay, for example, like this. And don't make this mistake. We don't start the tag with a capital letter. I saw this a lot. Students use, for example, aren't you with a capital A. No. It's still a part of your sentence. So aren't you a small letter? Shall we is small. And all of them are in small letters, not capital. You're a mechanic, aren't you? Let's go, shall we? Negative adverb, we will talk about it again in the video. And for example, we have ought to. For example, it means should. We ought to leave. Because it means should, the tag is should again. We ought to leave, shouldn't we? Or there aren't any cookies. They are indefinite pronoun. We will talk about them in the video as well. But if you want to get all these examples, I wrote like 40 examples. If you want to get there, you can go to my website and download the PDF. This PDF is for free. You can go and you can download, and also you can read some of the parts I postponed earlier. But generally, if you want to have this PDF for free, you can go there. We are moving fast. Oh, I'm so sorry. But now I'm going to send you some examples, some quizzes. One of our friends told us, do we have quizzes here? I said yes, so that's quiz time. Not a quiz, we're gonna do it together. So let's do it, everybody, let's do it together. I don't need to finish this today. Complete the sentences. Write in the blank. I don't need to finish this today. Everybody. Isn't he? Do I? Yes, do I? I don't. How can you say he? Mother 3del. You're saying I. Do you have he? Do you have anything else except I in your sentence? No. So pay attention to your subject. Please, Rana, please don't answer like that because we want to do it one by one. And because you send it in advance, the students won't think. So please, let's answer it. Actually, let's answer it one by one. Shall we? So, number 1, yes, do I. Number 2, Jack is working on that. Jack is working on that. My bad. Yeah, good. It's okay. All good. So, let me send from number 2. Jack is working on that. Jack is weren't I? Why weren't? Why star? Why weren't? I say I don't. It's not to be fair. Jack is working. Isn't he? Or is he? Is it he? What do you mean, is it he? We don't have is it he. Is it him? We have, but not here. We're number two. Mother, we're number two. Monther. Why I say mother? Monther. Isn't he? Jackie is working. Isn't he? Very good. Let's go next one. Your parents are retired. Your parents are retired. Isn't he? Yeah, correct. Look back. Number three. Your parents are retired. Aren't they? Aren't they? Aren't they? We're good. We're good. That's cool. Aren't they? I am mother. Oh, you're a mother because your name is Monther. I don't know why I kept saying mother, but anyway, Monther. Yeah. Sorry, my bad. Bravo, bravo. Thank you. Welcome, bro. So, next one. Yes, aren't they? Next one. The phone didn't ring. The phone didn't ring. Same mother. Oh, okay, okay. Hi, sir. Hello, hello, Superman. How are you? Did it or isn't it? Let me send again. Let me send again. The phone didn't ring. We're talking about did. Did. Can we say isn't? Can we say is it? You say did. Even is for present. Okay, is for present. Did is for past. So can we use a past sentence but a present tag? No. So the phone didn't ring. That's negative. So make it positive. Did it? The phone didn't ring. That's negative. The tag should be positive. So did it? Okay? Very good, Lubek. It was raining that day. That's a part of report to the speech. It was raining that day means it's raining right now, or it's raining today. But anyway, let's answer it. It was raining that day. It was raining that day. Wasn't it? I like that. Wasn't it? Wasn't it? Very good, very good. Let me send more. Let me send more. Wasn't it? Very. Your mom. Mom, why with you? Mom with O. Let me fix that. Your mom hadn't met him before. Okay. Your mom hadn't met him before. Wasn't it? You're talking about the previous one? Okay, good. Let's go to the next one. Your mom hadn't met him before. Hasn't she or hadn't she? Which one do you think? Or maybe isn't she? Or maybe didn't she? Oh, nice. You are in trouble, aren't you? Good. That's such a nice sentence. Hadn't she? Hadn't she? She, double E, okay. Had she? Had she or hadn't she? Which one? Your mom hadn't met him before. Hadn't. Your main clause is negative. So your tag form should be positive, right? Had. Once again, one third. Listen carefully. Look at this. Look at the sentence here. Your mom hadn't. Do you see any do, does, did? No. It means your sentence has a perfect tense, has an auxiliary verb, which is hadn't. Okay? Hadn't is past perfect. So your mom hadn't met him before. You can say didn't. Okay? Because it's past perfect, you're talking about past. So, had she. Right? Had she. Very good. Let's go next one. Jenny eats cheese. Jenny eats cheese. Doesn't she? That's good. Jenny eats cheese. Doesn't she? Very good, very good. What about the others? Doesn't she? Yeah, perfect. Let's go to the next one. I said that already. Didn't I? Maybe you say, okay, so like you ask yourself. No, here, for example, imagine the situation. I ask you, what is the difference between A and B? What is the difference between A and B? And you answer me. You answer me correctly. And I say, okay, the correct answer is that. And they are the same. You told me, oh, I said that already, didn't I? It's like, I already answered this question and you ignored it. It's like this. So don't think like you're like weird that you're talking to yourself. No, it somehow means like sarcastic or questions. You're asking questions actually yourself, but you mean someone else. I said that already, didn't I? And you say, oh yeah, sorry, I didn't see that, for example. Didn't I? Very good. Next one. The bus stops over there. The bus stop is over there. We put them, the bus stops over there. Doesn't it? The bus stop is over there. Isn't there? There. Are you sure there? The bus stop is over there. Isn't it? Very good. Isn't it? Isn't it? Yeah. The bus stop is over there, isn't it? And let's go next one. None of those customers were happy. Actually, you need to watch the video I'm going to upload on my YouTube next 2 weeks. Then you can answer that because there are specific topic, indefinite pronouns, and we didn't talk about it here in this lesson, and we're gonna cover it actually in the video. So it's okay if you can answer it, and we're gonna pass it because we don't want to focus on that until you learn it. And let me send the last 4 questions and then we're good to go. I'm never on time. I'm sorry. Again, here we have never. Let me see who knows. I am never on time. Am I? Anyone else? Am I? Jackie says, am I? Good. Yeah. Do I? Okay. Am I? Ain't I? Oh. Hey, Star, what is ain't? Could you tell us? For example, imagine one of your friends asks you, what is ain't? What is it? Ain't. What does it mean, ain't? Okay, good. I have seen people use this for, okay, so what does it mean? In the meantime, let's answer the next one. I'm going to get an email with the details. On. Very good. Isn't, aren't, am not, haven't, hasn't, had. Let me add you. Hadn't, couldn't, I don't know, shouldn't, wouldn't, can't, shan't means shall not, mightn't means might not. Anything not, you can say ain't. This is the American version of in it. In it is British. And it exactly means ain't, but ain't is American. In it is British. For example, a very cool example is that you say is British people say it's Tuesday in it. Not Tuesday. Tuesday in it. It's like that. It's Tuesday in it. We say it means it's Tuesday, isn't it? Americans say that it's Tuesday, ain't it? So I said British. Yeah, I already said that, didn't I? It's like that in this situation. It's correct, isn't it? Yeah, very good. This language is very difficult. Well, not difficult, but it's maybe, I don't know. We study British in our school. Oh, good. Yeah. So you don't say, for example, elevator, you say lift. You don't say truck, you say lorry. You don't say trash, you say garbage, like garbage. But anyway, let's stay away from slang. It's, okay. Yeah, good. Okay, next one. So let's answer this. I'm going to get an email with the details. Do I? I am going to. Aren't I? Okay, why aren't I? Am I not? Which one? Am I not or aren't I? That may have the most reasonable grammar. Practice with E, making perfect. Oh, it makes it perfect. Am I? Okay, let me tell you here. No. Whenever you use I am and you want to make it negative, your tag, you should use a negative. You say either aren't I or am I not? Not amn't I. We don't have amn't I. In English, nowadays we don't have amn't I. Aren't I or am I not? Both of them. Once again, aren't. I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I am. Actually, when you have I am, you should say am I not. Am I not. I'm going to get an email with the details. Am I not? First one situations. Okay, good. I am going to get an email with the details. Aren't I? Both. Am I not? Yeah, very good. Am I not or aren't I? Both of them. Nothing else when you use I. Let's go next one. They could hear me. Also, someone says English is difficult. Actually, teaching English is difficult as well. But anyway, they could hear me. Didn't they? Why didn't? Light. You're saying couldn't. They could. They could. Why can't? Why can't? Why didn't? Why don't? No, it's okay. You don't need to be sorry. We're just working together. I'm just telling you. You don't need to be sorry. So couldn't they? Very good. They could hear me. Couldn't they? Couldn't they? Couldn't they? Next one, the last one. You won't tell anyone. Would you? Will you or would you? It's better to say will you. Or would you is better. I mean, if you want to be a bit more polite, you can say would you. Would you, will you, all can be correct. In imperative sentences, we do not think about could you, would you, would you. You know, if you think it would work here, yeah. Okay? You won't tell anyone. Would you? Will you? Like that. In the future, yeah, you won't. We are saying won't. That's future, yeah. And the last question I want to say, exactly like British people. Fill in the gaps as the last question. What can you say? There's only one answer. If you're a true Londoner, if you're a true British learner. No. Isn't it? No. Here. No. The best answer. I want the best answer. Ah, thank you. In it. Yeah, it's Tuesday. In it? Exactly. It's Tuesday. In it? Yeah, perfect. That's for British people. That's the funniest part of tag questions. I always say that. It's Tuesday. In it? So, yes, thank you, everybody. Actually, our class is over. It's been exactly 62 and 37 minutes that we've been learning English together. Thank you, everybody. The class is over. I hope you found it useful. Again, if you want to get the PDF for free, and not just this PDF, many PDFs for free, make sure you go to my website. Let me also write it. EnglishWithNimofar.com. That's my website. Head over to the PDF page as well as other pages and make sure you download whatever you want. Also, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Why? Because tomorrow I'm gonna upload today's. Right now you're on camera, so smile. On my YouTube channel, so you can watch it, and you can watch previous classes of mine in this server, lovely server. And I upload some grammar videos, like for example, last week I uploaded about spelling rules part 1. This week I'm gonna upload the second part, and the next week I'm gonna upload advanced tag questions. The parts we didn't cover will be covered on that video, so make sure you subscribe there. Let me also send my channel because maybe someone doesn't have it, so copy link. That's it. There you go. You can just watch it and subscribe. So, thank you, everybody. Have a lovely day. Had so much fun. Thanks. You're welcome on there. And Kenshi, thanks. River, thanks. Sally, thank you. This class is very good. I didn't expect this. Oh, thank you. I hope to see you in further classes every Friday. Check the table, even stable. Every Friday, the same time, we have classes, grammar classes. Thank you. You're welcome, Emmanuel. And yeah. Thanks. You're welcome. So I'm gonna end the class. If you have any questions, just send me a message. Actually, in directs. Don't worry, I'm not the kind of teacher don't answer the DMs. No, I always answer. Send your messages in my direct messages if you have any. And after Dreamkiller and Cellis, I will end the class. Let's wait for them to type. then we can call it a day. We can call it a day means we can take a break. See you next Friday. Yeah, see you. Let me say it like this. See ya. See ya. Thanks you. Thanks. You have a nice day. Thank you, Dream Killer. Thanks. In it. Yeah, it's Tuesday. In it. Okay, goodbye, everybody. Take care.